And what's interesting about that is you'd expect Labour voters to be firmly in that camp, which they are. But what's interesting is those well-known lefties, UKIP voters, a majority, according to all the polling, want our railways back under British public democratic control. More Tory voters than not want nationalised railways. Why could that be? Could it be because it can be cheaper to fly to a European city than it is to travel by train in your own country? Could that be a reason? Could it be that because we spend far more public subsidies on this rip-off, inefficient mess than we did in the days of nationalisation? Could it be the overcrowding that we see every single day, where 1 in 3 commuters on many morning services in London have to stand up? Could it be that we have a railway system which, in many cases, is nationalised, just not run by the British government, but run by foreign governments instead? That the British government is happy with public ownership as long as it's not us. So for other governments, they get the rewards, your money that you spend on those rip-off extortionate train tickets are going straight into the national exchequers of foreign governments instead of being invested in improving our services. Whether it be those delays, and I'm about to go to Brighton on Southern Rail, which is often called Southern Fail, for the very simple reason that it is one big fail. The delays that you have, the overcrowding, it's a mess. This is a developed nation, but when you go on those trains, you would not often think that, because we have a backward, creaking railway system that is not fit for purpose, ridden with rip-off prices, where in this country we spend often far more of our pay packets on rail tickets than we do in other countries. Let's bring them back. This time, what we do, as each franchise expires, is you just take them back under public control. It doesn't cost a penny. We did it with East Coast. And when the East Coast was brought under public ownership, do you know what happened? It became the most efficient railway system in the country. It was more efficient than every single privately owned rail system. Public satisfaction went up. What happened when we flogged it off again and privatised it? They got rid of cheaper fares, and some of them went up de facto by 100%, and public satisfaction went down. It showed East Coast that public ownership's a success, privatisation's a failure, and no wonder the Conservative government was so embarrassed by that, they flogged it off. It has to be right that for the railway system, you might not agree with me on other things, but for the railways, as Labour have proposed, they should be brought under public ownership.
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.